Welcome, dear soul. Today, we're entering a conversation that feels both mystical and transformative, like standing before an open portal. Right now, imagine a gateway where you're being called to release what no longer serves you and to receive all the fresh energies waiting on the other side.
It's really like a divine invitation to let go of the old and embrace the new, isn't it? I feel like it speaks directly to the heart of anyone ready for a spiritual upgrade.
Yeah, absolutely. The message suggests that as you ground yourself and feel that subtle shift in the air, you're called to release burdens, be it old regrets, uncertainty, or outdated beliefs that keep you tethered.
Yeah, I love that imagery, like shedding an old skin that's been holding you back. But how do you see this actual process unfolding in our day-to-day lives?
Good question. Think of it as a two-part breath ritual. First, you consciously let go of those heavy emotions and self-doubts. Then you open yourself to receiving clarity and energetic upgrades. It's a bit like tuning a radio to a new frequency where your inner guidance starts speaking louder.
Right. The radio analogy is perfect, like clearing static to catch a clear signal. But sometimes, don't you think it might be a bit idealistic to believe that releasing old fears is so straightforward?
I understand the concern. It's not always a clean cut. Releasing old wounds involves acknowledging that they were part of our journey. The process is tender, and sometimes our fears are misinterpreted lessons rather than burdens. But as gentle as it can be, the call remains to trust the process and let new, vibrant energy in.
That makes sense. And it really emphasizes compassion for ourselves. Another aspect of this conversation is the idea of manifestation shifts, right? Receiving new clarity and a kind of energetic upgrade.
Exactly. After letting go, the energy that flows in is about renewed intuition, the promise of new possibilities, and a stronger connection to your manifesting power. Imagine your inner self as a sacred garden, where every ending paves the way for something wonderful to bloom.
I like that. It truly is poetic. And speaking of blooming, what about those readings that hint at soul rebirth, like being called to become who you were truly meant to be? That idea of endings being secret beginnings?
Oh yes, there's a lot of wisdom in that. Picture yourself at the threshold of a new week, where the energy of rebirth gently nudges you toward embracing your authentic voice. The cards often show us that what appears as an ending is really a fertile ground for new growth. It's like the cycles of nature. Winter gives way to spring, in due time.
Right. I find it inspiring, but I sometimes wonder, doesn't it put too much pressure on us to constantly be reborn? What if someone just needs to feel comfort in the moment?
That's a valid point. It's not about forcing change, but honoring where you are. Sometimes the most powerful transformation happens when you allow yourself to experience what is, even if it's not active rebirth. The guidance is gentle, suggesting that even within stillness, there's a quiet, unfolding mystery.
It really feels like every element of this spiritual guidance, from releasing to receiving to finding hope in love, offers a spot of light. And speaking of love, how do these messages connect with the readings about our heart's next chapter?
Great transition. In many of these readings, love is depicted as this energy just waiting to be awakened. Whether inviting secret admirers or exploring twin flame dynamics, the tarot reveals layers of our emotional landscape. For example, if you're in a transformative phase, you might feel that your heart is gently reawakening to new possibilities, or that past patterns need a loving closure for a fresh start.
Yeah. And sometimes the cards delicately point out whether a connection is indeed fate or just a sweet fantasy, a blend of cosmic timing versus wishful thinking, right?
Yes, exactly. The balance here is subtle. It's all about being honest with yourself, recognizing, for instance, that while a destined meeting might feel like magic, it's also important to separate that from mere projections. In that dance, you learn to trust both your intuition and your heart's wisdom.
Right. These insights remind me of how the future self speaks through these readings, offering gentle affirmations that every moment, every heartbreak is simply part of our soulful evolution.
Absolutely. When the cards whisper, "You are exactly where you need to be," it's a nudge to pause and trust that all experiences, joyful or painful, are part of your divine tapestry. It's quite, comforting and liberating all at once.
Yeah, indeed. And it's so warm to hear that blend of prophetic insight and gentle self-care, to take each step with kindness, trusting in divine timing. How do you suggest our listeners act on these messages?
I'd say, dear one, start with small, intentional practices. Perhaps a quiet journaling session where you write down what you're ready to release, or a meditation focusing on the energy you wish to welcome. These practices become anchors, guiding you as the portal of transformation gently swings
Yes.
open.
That sounds so practical, yet deeply soulful. And it's interesting how these messages intertwine practical steps with the mystical, a reminder that our journey is as much about inner work as it is about embracing cosmic rhythm.
Right. Ultimately, these sacred messages offer both a roadmap and a refuge. They challenge us, nurture us, and always invite us to, well, walk forward with an open heart. Every step you take, every old belief released, is paving the way for what you're truly
Indeed.
meant to receive in your life.
It's a lot to take in, but also incredibly empowering. Before we wrap up this conversation, what final blessing would you like to leave our listeners with today?
With a grateful heart, I offer this. May you walk forward lighter and brighter, trusting in the universe's gentle guidance. May you, dear traveler, release what weighs you down and open your arms to new gifts, knowing that every passing moment is sacredly unfolding into your divine destiny.
Namaste. Beautifully said. And thanks for this luminous conversation. It truly bridges the mystical with the everyday, encouraging us to embrace both the magic and the mindful. Until next time, keep your spirit open and your heart brave.
Yes, thank you for sharing this sacred space. Keep shining and trusting in the transformation. Namaste.